name is Sienna Martirina. My school is Ogden International School of Chicago, and I'm in 7th grade. I live in Chicago, Illinois. This is the pedestrian wand. The pedestrian wand alerts its users with a vibration and a light when an object is within 7 feet from them. It can be used by deaf, blind, visually impaired, and elderly people. One day after school, I was walking with my best friend. She is visually impaired and has a hard time seeing in low light settings, suffers from eye fatigue, and has a lack of depth perception. I noticed that she had a hard time seeing vehicles, bikes, and other objects that were near. I was concerned about her safety and decided to create an invention. People who are deaf, blind, visually impaired, and elderly are just as vulnerable. I want to prevent pedestrian fatalities and help people feel safe while crossing the road. I researched inventions that were out there that helped disabled people. None were like the pedestrian wand. The only invention that was similar was the white cane, used by blind and visually impaired people. But that invention didn't detect objects that were 7 feet away. It also didn't alert the user with a vibration and a light. When making my invention, I had 2 prototypes, but they didn't work. My first prototype was a buzzer, a motion sensor, and a 9-volt battery. The problem was that the motion sensor was triggered when the prototype moved. This prototype would not be able to detect objects near or far. The second prototype had a buzzer, a little bits proximity sensor, and a 9-volt battery. This prototype was triggered when an object was within a few inches from it. This prototype wouldn't be able to detect objects far away. For my third prototype, which was the pedestrian wand, I started new. I got rid of the buzzer and the proximity sensor, and I added a TF mini proximity sensor, a microcontroller, an analog to digital converter, a threshold, an inverter, an LED light, and a vibration motor. When I knew I found all the right pieces, I placed them in a clear plastic tube and closed the ends with Tupperware closers. These pieces were donated, and the clear plastic tube and Tupperware closers were household items. This invention took me about a month to make. The pedestrian wand's power source converts the 9-volt battery to 5 volts. My invention only works with 5 volts. This then goes to the microcontroller. The proximity sensor sends an infrared beam out and measures the time for it to bounce back. Measured time is converted to distance using the speed of light. The microcontroller converts the red bytes from the sensor and converts the distance number to an analog signal. The analog signal is connected to the analog to digital converter. This displays analog value on its digital display. This is the threshold. The threshold module sets the level, and if the analog signal goes above what is set, it outputs a high value. The inverter flips low to high and high to low. And this is the vibration motor and the LED light. They are both outputs and alert the user of danger. Blind, visually impaired, deaf, and elderly people can either use the light or the vibration to help them. My invention did work the first time, but after a while we did have to change out the battery. When walking home with my best friend, I tested the invention. She used it to cross roads and walk on sidewalks. She said that she did not look at the analog to digital converter, but did find the vibrations and light very useful. She also said that she felt safer and had more confidence crossing roads and walking on sidewalks. And this is how it works. So, when I'm placing my hand in front, it's detecting my hand, which in another case would be the object. The analog to digital converter is displaying the analog signal to me, and it's explaining it. And with the vibration and the light, it's alerting me. I do wish to further improve my invention. I want to make it waterproof for the rain and snow. I also want to make it smaller so that I can fit it in a purse or handbag. My favorite part of this process was being able to think of an idea and have it come to life. I also enjoyed soldering, which was a fun and cool experience. I received so much love and support. My Uncle Brian, who is legally blind, said that it would change his life and could help him in his daily routine. The pedestrian wand can help so many people and help them feel confident and safe, and I would be so honored to be a part of that solution. Thank you.